Hola. So, Usman Pam, and I've been in touch with many of you through emails and all this, and I'm so delighted, excited you guys are here, and the trip will take us some few hours. I don't want to say 8 hours, but few hours. So.
Because it's more than 8.
Right.
You mean all day?
So, and we have 2 stops. One outside Dakar to pick up some people, and another before, I think. And then we will stop in Chess, where we will buy you friends croissants and breakfast, etc. So we will also, there's water here. Maybe somebody can give the survival kit to everyone. We're going to the desert, remember? You need to have a lot of water. What else?
Toilet paper.
Yes, toilet paper is here.
We have a roll
Yes.
of toilet paper for everyone.
And we've got some reading documents for introductions. So English and French here available, and we'll give you later folders and pens. And of course, toilet paper is here. And when we travel to the north, we have what we call OABs. OABs. O standing for open, A for air, bathrooms. So which means we can stop at any place, basically, when you need a bit of privacy. Voilà, alors notre ami Jem, donc nous allons nous arrêter à 2 reprises là à la source pour prendre des gens, et puis c'est ça. Voilà. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? Alors on va essayer de réveiller tout le monde. Mohamed, qu'est-ce qu'on va dire pour réveiller tout le monde? Allez, vas-y, tu réveilles tout le monde. Réveille tout le monde.
Vas-y, Mohamed.
Jamwali.
All right, English.
English.
Right,
Did you get one?
Pulaar. English. Oh, sorry, this is in Fulani. You read Fulani? Yes. Yes. English?
Yes.
Okay, no, this is French. I've got 2 French.
Yeah.
No French? Okay. The association in Lobudu, our host in Mauritania, and also a bit of information about some of the speakers, background information about Alwa, and the program at the end. All right, and again, the program will be flexible. We're expecting really high speakers and important people, and I guess also tomorrow there will be hundreds and hundreds of people who will come to Lahel to join us there. All right, including officials, religious leaders, community leaders, youth associations, women's cooperatives, journalists, yes. And we will also take time to introduce ourselves to each other. But for the time being, I think some of you had a very short night. Like myself, I think for the past 48 hours, total I slept less than 4 hours. And I'm still here. But sometimes, you may lose me on the way. All right.
Not gonna lose it.
Yes. Okay, so we'll let you relax, sleep, and again, when we stop in Chess, it's about 1 hour from here. We will go and get you croissants and breakfast. I think we've got tea, coffee, hot water. Yes.
Yes.
All right, and the tea is local tea, right? Kenkeliba, or not yet? Okay, so we will get Kenkeliba on the way, but that will be for Lahit. And for now,
Eggs. We have eggs here.
we've got eggs. And then also water, because once we get off the bus, we will just go in many directions, and we may also get distracted. So some of the, you may have some of the kids who will, take things. but it's not dramatic. Okay, I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit, but I mean, just keep an eye on your personal belongings, please. All right, because if something is lost, it may just end up ruining the whole group dynamics, and we don't want that. All right, and each one of us will also pay attention to their neighbors. Okay, so this way we have a community, a bus community that will also help support one another, especially in everything. Yeah, c'est bon? Voilà. Now I promised you a bit of sleep time. Now is the time to sleep. Thank you.
My legs were so tired from all that walking yesterday. Oh my God. All day, all night. But it's all good. Thank you, Papa.
Là, on est tranquille à la maison, on peut aller voir. C'est ça? Et là, ça fait comment? Et ton fils là?
Where are you going now? You said breakfast. And we got 10 minutes.
Let's see, they come in their buckets,
So this is all good for her.
I'm sure I'll meet him.
I know it's so bad, y'all. I know it's so bad.
I was working at Park Atlanta.
So we need to understand that they're not working, for our interest. So we, the people, we, the community, should stand on our feet and really think about our land and our development model and connect and really, bring something, design something for us in our interest, in the interest of the land. So this is the idea behind eco-village movement in northern and southern Senegal.
Interesting.
I really don't know how I got to this. I was introducing somebody.
Thank you very much. You are welcome.
All right.
Very
Yes.
happy to see you. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Yes.
Et on vous souhaite un bon séjour et surtout plein de bonnes choses. Et merci pour tout ce que vous faites pour la communauté. Comme il vient de le dire, c'est un frère qui est très engagé dans le développement, dans les éco-villages, dans tout ce qui aide pour la scolarité des enfants et même des adultes. C'est un homme bon. Mais quand je le juge en tant que frère, on peut penser que, mais je dis vraiment avec sincérité que c'est un homme bon. Très engagé dans le développement, toujours altruiste. Et effectivement, il m'a présenté Yaka avec son épouse l'année dernière. On a eu à faire des consultations. Et c'était au mois de Ramadan. Il faisait très chaud et on a distribué beaucoup de lunettes. C'est grâce à lui qui a fait la connexion avec Yaka, Romain et son épouse, avec toute l'équipe de Yaka. Et on y est. Et vous aussi, chaque fois, je le dis avec le REDES que j'ai des amis qui viennent. Et je reconnais, même si j'ai oublié le nom. Donc vous êtes, soyez les bienvenus ici et on vous souhaite bon séjour et merci pour tout ce que vous faites pour la communauté de façon générale, ici comme ailleurs. Merci beaucoup.
While we have this circle, I'd like someone who knows Sister Bahati very well to introduce Sister Bahati to us, to this circle. While you guys are getting ready, I would like also to present this young man here, Ibu. He is the head of the first eco school in Senegal, in the center of Senegal. And so he's using his school to green it, to have green projects like poultry, growing fruit trees, growing vegetables, and really using this space to raise awareness in his school about climate change and also the solutions, the local solutions. And his dream is to really transform the village from the school. And at the moment they have a network of eco schools, 13 of them, 14 eco schools coming together and trying to do the same thing, inspire the school children and inspire the villages. And even, I mean, last year, because during every year when the school starts, the minister chooses a place to visit. And he visited his place and he fell in love with the space. It's very green, so when he started, zero green, zero plant. And today, it looks really beautiful. And what's also amazing, you know, we don't also realize this. We are part of all this ecosystem, you know, in the distribution of seeds and all this. You know, we have this special fruit called the sidem in Wolof, jujube. All right? So, because his students, they love the sidem. And then on the first floor, where they hang out during the breaks, so they, after they eat, they throw. And there's a beautiful line of sidems growing under. Beautiful line of trees growing. Yes. And Ibu is also a member of the Council of Gen Africa. Gen Africa stands for Global Eco-Village Network Africa. Right. So, and he's connected with the rest of the countries, Zimbabwe, Gambia, and all the yes, all of it. Good. Sister Bahati, with good quality English.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a surprise, but this is an amazing opportunity to introduce one of the best people in the world that I know. I can tell you right now that I wouldn't be who I am right now if it hadn't been for some of the things that I learned and learned from Dr. Mildred McLean Bahati, because when I was an organizer way back, and we were working together and doing some things, But sometimes you need somebody to not just educate you and keep you straight, but also make your ass behave. Oh, I'm sorry. That slipped out. I am so sorry. But I want to introduce Dr. Nugent. She's been the creator and director of the Harambe House. But 30 years ago, let me tell you, in the early 90s, the environment and climate change movement in the United States was a little different. The Earth Day stuff they had and some other things, but in regards to the communities of color, there was a different kind of thing, and then they came together. And she was a part of the people who came together, and when they finished that meeting and stuff, they understood that if they were going to begin to change some things, they needed to be organized in education and bringing up communities and people. And she's been doing that amazingly. And sometimes you got to be able to do this work. And even though you might be a doctor, you know, you can't be treated like you're so formal and special and stuff. You've got to be able to interact with everybody and make them feel like they're just as good and as special and as needed as everybody else. And so I know this is probably not the best education, but all I can tell you is that this is a sister who's a great organizer, a great educator, and somebody that if you get to know her, you got to love her. Yes. She's going to keep your butt straight.
September last year, when I visited New York for the very, very first time, and there was a gathering at university, and I listened to Mama Bahati, and her speech was so powerful, so full of energy. Because, you know, before she came on, you know, stage to talk to the people, they're like, you know, the classroom, well, the audience was just like this. But when, after she spoke, I think everyone was recharged and very energetic. And also, we connect, we talk, and really, for me, there's a real connection, heart-to-heart connection with my sister here, and it's a blessing to welcome her back to the land of the ancestors, and happy to have you here.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. So, not sure of what I should say or could say, but I ain't never been speechless, that's for sure. But I am grateful to Dr. Felicia with the HBCU Green Fund, who allowed us to actually meet, to create a space for brothers and sisters from North America to connect with brothers and sisters at home doing the same work. And then being able to strengthen one another to do more work. Because what is at stake here? Let's be clear. Is that it is the Mother Earth that is at stake, and that's the only home we have. Because we are not going to Mars, we ain't gonna be on the moon, Saturn and Jupiter, all of them places. It's right here on Earth. And so we have an assignment. It's not a job, it's not a hobby, Sister Katrina. It is an assignment from the ancestors to protect our homeland. And so for us, the earth is the first homeland, but Africa for this kind of person is our second homeland. And so it becomes our responsibility to our future, our children's children, what they inherit. And it should be a place that's livable, where they can breathe. Now we have to get on a bus and we got to put on masks and things so we don't breathe in the particular matter and all of the poison and toxic and everything. And so that's how we have gotten started, is to stop the poisoning of the earth and her people. And that's a big assignment, especially when you don't have no money. You don't have no money. And so we go around to raise money every which way we can, so we can continue to bring people to Africa to see and to join hands, especially the young people. Because you know I'm old young. Young. But I've been coming to Senegal now for, I think I first come in 91 or 2, something like that. And some of you in this room weren't even born then. And so I keep coming, I keep coming, I keep coming, I keep coming. And why is that important? Because we have to show the world our power. We have power. We're no weakling. We have power to change things. And the way we do that is partly like this here. So you link hand there, like, get your hands on. Get your hand there now. Because we're going to show you how you can win. Because in Swahili, it says, Harambe. Let's go together. So say Harambe. 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 So Harambe means let's pull together. And it is together what? We will win. Yes. It says Pamoja. Pamoja. Tutashinde. Tutashinde. Pamoja. Pamoja. Tutashinde. Tutashinde. Together. Together. We will win. We will win. Together. Together. We will win. We will win. So we come to hang out with y'all in the eco village and learn all we can. But more importantly, we come to plant some trees.
Yes, sir.
We come here, last year for my birthday, somebody gave me 75 trees and they planted them and put them in my name and everything. And I charged myself to go back home and find 75 people to give 75 trees. So we did our first installment that we're going to be working on while we're here. Planting some fruit trees. Understand planting some fruit trees. That's not only sustainability, but that's feeding some people, because somebody's going to go in that tree and get them one of them pear, apple, or whatever kind of tree we're going to plant. So if you look around this room, these are the warriors that we have. These are the soldiers that we have. These are the intergenerational hands that will help do the mission of protecting Mother Earth. And we may not be able to say environmental justice in the U.S. anymore with our lips, but in our hearts, we will continue to fight for environmental justice. Because justice means fairness. Justice means access. Justice means freedom. Justice means liberation. Justice means humanity. Justice means love. And so if we are the change agents that we say we are, then it is our assignment, our responsibility to join hands like this. And don't turn me loose now. Because you know when trouble comes, you turn me loose and you kind of sneak off. But when the times get hard, like it's going to be in the United States for the next 4 years, and I don't care who's taping and where it goes, it's going to be hard in the next 4 years for us to do anything, because the persons that are in charge are anti-earth, anti-government, anti-people, anti-young, anti-you, and anti-me. So the only way we will win is keeping these hands strong and sharing. There's a key Swahili word, ujima, collective work and responsibility. I don't know how to speak it in Wolof yet, but I'm going to come there. I'm going to get there. Wow. I'm going to get there. I won't be able to say more than Nengadef. Wow. Okay? But this is the beginning, and I'm so excited that we were able to organize resources to bring to you some people who are very serious about the work, to join hands with other people who are serious about the work. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Harambe. 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 Don't like you mean it. Harambe. that Dr. Felicia, the founder and creator of the HBCU Green Fund, brought me into her sphere of work. And she said, look, girl, you got to do some other stuff, but that stuff you're doing is like play stuff. You got to join with us. And so I was like, okay, let me check you out. And since then, I had known her before through a great ancestor of ours that we shared, Sister Connie Tucker, who was one of the founders of the environmental justice movement. The founder, one of the ones who set the principles. And these two used to run like road dogs. I wasn't up in there, but when we met, our spirits touched, because we are the same flesh, the same mother, the same father. And we became sisters in the same movement again, to bring young people. That's her whole mission. She think it's gonna make her stay young forever. I do too, so that's why I hang out with her. But to bring the young people and their voices and their talent, their intelligence, their education, their knowledge, and most of all their energy and them good legs. Because ours is given out. And the head, they bring the good head. And we all grade up. So I would like to take a moment to give my appreciation to Dr. Felicia. She's why we're here. And I would invite her to join us with Brother Usman and just say a few words.
All right, Felicia has already been to the north of Senegal twice. And the first time we were organizing a group of Senegalese and American students, to come and serve the community and also learn. And next time she came back with a group of young, dedicated people, and we were in Munduai, where some of us are going to spend the night tonight. And also Felicia has been also very, very supportive in the work we do, because in May, June, July, it's so hot. You cannot grow plants in the tree nursery. Wow. And HBCU Green Fund through Felicia funded the building of a shelter, which is very, very cool. And so, which means all year round now we can produce plants. And so it stands there, standing there like a big monument, very useful to us. And really, thank you so much for your support, for your presence in the work we do in northern Senegal and southern Mauritania.
Sounds great, but when I leave the north, I have planted 500,000 trees, and I've dug 60 wells, and I know Usman Pump. And so I go around, even at Columbia, he saw it, it's true. I said, do you know Usman? You don't? Well, you say you're an environmentalist, do you know eco-villages? Oh, and they will, some other eco-villages. But not in the Sahel. And what are you doing? So for me, it is the joint thing, the most important place to work, right? So if you're doing any kind of work and you think, I look for, what's the quintessential thing? What is the essence of the core? That if you do that and it's magnified, then it is done. And so it is, oh yeah, the Amazon, the lungs of the world, they need to work on that. But the Sahel, when I learned, when I was here the first time, that there used to be lions and trees and your own grandmother. So we're not talking about back in history, so far back in time, but in lifetimes of people still around, there were these things. What that said to me is not to lament the loss, but that we have a great chance to bring it back. And if we don't do it, the ones after us won't even remember it. So that you can't bring back what you can't imagine. So that's the urgency. And then bringing the young people, because I'm lazy by nature. So bringing the young people says that I can be a little bit lazy, but organize a lot more labor. So when I see Lucas and I see young people that were here before, and we bring more, and people, and this is a long trip, we gotta figure out. Flying to the north someday. On my journey, I see landing strips, I don't know about but we have to do it. And so my mission now is to make young African-American young people in the U.S. consider investment here to be how they measure success. So if we can do that, the bridge will have been made, and we have the solution, we have the resources. So that is my mission for this year. I'm determined to get it done. Millions go through their hands every month. So if we just can turn. So when I think everybody, I love everybody that's around me, and thank God only puts people around me that I love, because the others would be problematic. So I thank you. I'm so honored and pleased to be here and part of this circle. So everybody I see is just one beautiful photo. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad, so that was...
All right, I guess it's lunchtime, so the others also we will, introduce them as we go along. All right? Yes, thank you. Lunchtime. So, in African traditions, political power inheritance were passed through women. All right. So in the past, you don't inherit your father; you inherit your mother. Okay. And also again, so here in this area, we had women who were queens, and of course, when in the 19th century, when the French came to colonize this area, okay, first of all, they had some trade agreements, and gradually, when Federer came in 1854, then he used force against the kingdom here, and also at the same time, this was it was a very prosperous area with the fishing, with the river Senegal, with herding, with also farming, because there's a lot of diversity here. Okay, so again, we celebrate what we call Talata Nder. That's Nder is the name of one place here. So again, I mentioned this incident when people wanted to grab slaves, and then there was a collective suicide. So that was in 1820, right? And the title of the title of the kings in this area is Brak, not Barack Obama, but Brak, Brak. And what else did I want to mention? I think yes. Also, there's in all the traditional African societies, we had local democracies that worked, and people, no matter what their profession was, were associated in the different decision-making processes. So they had councils at the high level, and also in every village here we had what we called palaver tree. Palaver tree is like these traditional assemblies that take place in communities and everyone, women, men, old, young, different people of the different social ladder take place in this. So once the decision is taken, it applies to everyone because everyone is associated in this. Yes, and then of course the fishermen were responsible for the fisher. It's switch off.
Do you think it's... Do you think it's dead?
Hello? Yeah, the fishermen were responsible for the quality, the safety of the river. So for example, if somebody drowned or somebody had to, the fishermen, used to play, go and fish out because they had the knowledge. They could talk to crocodiles, they could tame them, and also like, in the forest or in other places, there are invisible beings in the rivers. Okay, so for example, if I have to cross the river, I have to apologize for disturbing these invisible beings in the river and either put some milk in it. For the griots, who are the traditional musicians, they have to sing loud to peace, the living beings in the river, right? So, and then I think also we will hear the songs of the fishermen in Lobudu. All right, I think it's part of the program. There will be rallies on the river, etc. So, any questions? Any comments? There are quiet people here who knows a lot more than I do, but they're just there. They're just letting me make all the mistakes in the world, and then that's it. Hello. Wisdom keeper, gentlemen, go ahead. Share something. 76. Does it ring a bell? 1776?
Yeah. 17.
What is it? What does it mean? That date?
Yes.
Huh? American Revolution?
Yeah.
So in 1776, in the next kingdom, the Toro kingdom, there was a revolution called the Torodo Revolution. It was an anti or anti-slavery movement, and that also stood for equality, social equality. And they fought against the previous tyranny here and established democracy. I think you can Google that, Torodo, T-O-R-O-D-O revolution. So, because also people at that time were paying taxes to So this revolution basically said no more taxes to the Moors, no more inequality among us, and that's basically the Torodo revolution that was led by Suleiman Bal, who was also a religious leader, and and he's very, very respected. He had a charter and all this. I guess if someone can Google this and read it loud for us, Cherno Suleiman Bal. Can someone read this?
Go ahead, Mohammed.
And Google.
Mohammed, go ahead.
Cherno Suleiman Bal. Can you hear that? Though it was not totally perfect, like no democracy in the world is perfect. But I mean, we experienced democracy here long before, Europe or the West in general. Yeah, he also fought against the caste system in the Futa and abolished slavery and all forms of servitude.